Good morning. In the first lecture, we have to see total syllabus of your subject PSOC, Power System Operation and Control. We just revise what we have covered in first lecture. The total, you have total 6 units. Unit number is regarding power system stability. The power system consists of generation, transmission, distribution. It is a total grid generating electricity at remote locations from hydropower plants, steam power plants, nuclear power plants, renewable energy, and that generated electricity is transmitted through the transmission network where the actual load site is connected, either the industry or domestic loads. In the history before 200 years, the electricity is only used for lighting purpose, so it is called as lights. Nowadays we normally called electricity as a light because 200 years back electricity is only used. The first grid was built by Thomas Edison, and which was a DC grid. That DC grid is used around a 1.5 kilometer radius range for 50 somewhat 50 consumers. This is what the power system is developed from 200 years back to today. It is a totally uh, we can say complex network and interconnected network. Previously it was a distributed network, then we shift from DC supply to the AC supply due to the advantages of AC supply over a long transmission line. And so after evolution of three-phase motors and three-phase AC supply transmission, the lot of advantages over DC system. So the AC alternating current system is used everywhere, and then due to the number of electricity companies, they combine together and make some standards. For example, generating voltages are generally 11 kilo volt voltage, and in the world the total voltage goes total generating voltage is maximum up to 30 uh, kilovolt or 33 kilovolt. In India it is up to 21 kilovolt. The generating voltage limits due to the insulation limits, because in the generator the rotating winding is field winding and stationary winding is armature winding. That stationary armature winding conductors having some insulator. As it is stationary, there is a no limit of providing insulation, but we want to keep closer that armature winding to the field winding. Field winding means the actually rotating winding. Normally we use synchronous machine as an alternator. Synchronous machine, it rotates at a synchronous speed. The lot of things we can talk about power system, but now we have time limits. You have seen the power system 1 subject, power system 2, also machines. Yeah, the all electrical concepts are covered in that. Now if a generation is balanced with load through these transmission lines, and the wall standards, for example voltage is 230 volt, frequency 50 hertz, the all parameters are within the limits, standard limits, then we can call the power system is a stable power system. The concepts regarding power system stability we will see in the unit number 1. Unit number 2 is a reactive power management. In the AC supply, we have seen what is a reactive power. Reactive power means Q is equal to VI sin phi. Unit is VAR, volt ampere reactive. Now the reactive power, we cannot avoid reactive power. There is no question of reactive power in DC supply due to there is no reactance in DC supply. But as we switch to the AC supply, there is a concept of reactance, opposition to the flow of alternating current. That reactance and combination of resistance becomes the impedance Z. In the DC there is only resistance, but in the AC there is impedance. Now reactive power management, why it is important? Because with the control of that reactive power, we can control the terminal voltage of the generating units. And for rotating machines, there is a need of reactive power, induction machines. So we will see what is the reactive power in the reactive power management. Then next is a FACTS technology, flexible AC transmission systems. This is a full form of FACTS, FACTS, FACTS technology. As there is a long transmission lines, there are number of basic concepts of, we can say, skin effect, proximity effect, Ferranti effect. So now unit number 4, automatic generation and control. Whatever amount of electricity is generated, we have to control over that by using some control loops. That AGC units, automatic generation and control, because the amount of electricity is generated is depend on what is the actual load present at that moment. If load is matching with generation, then there is no problem. But if load is more than the generation, then generation should be increased to meet that load. If load is lesser than the generation, then generation should be reduced to match the load. We will see details in unit number 4. Unit number 5, economic load dispatch and unit commitment. Now what is the meaning of economic load dispatch? A number of generator units having its own economy. We can see the hydropower plants are more cheaper, while diesel power plants are more costlier units. So while there is a off peaks, then we use only for base loads, we use only means load, what is the demand of load, according to that the generating units are planned, which is called as the unit commitment. We will see detail in unit number 5. Now unit number 6 is energy control, planning and reliability of power system. How to control the generated electrical energy, how to plan for the future, and what is the load forecasting, and how the reliability of power system. We'll see what all these points in unit number 6. This is the revision of our unit number 1, the introduction of the syllabus. Now unit number first we have to start, that is a power system stability. Now introduction to this we will see in detail. Our today's first point is the power system stability. Power system stability we will see as generation is matching to the load, then system is stable if there is no any fault in the system. Now power system stability. Power system in India. Power system in India. There are number of regional grids. There are total 5 regional grids: North Regional Board, Western Regional Board, Southern Regional Board, Eastern Regional Board, Northeastern Regional Board, and these regional boards combined the national grid. The northern and western grids are almost 60% connected. We are in the southern regional board. With concern with Maharashtra only, we are we can say the electricity, our previous electricity board is MSCB, and this is a now holding company in Maharashtra only, because the MSCB is divided into Mahajanko, Mahatransco and Mahadisco. Now what is the power system stability? The major concerns of power system design and operation, in that we have to study what is the stability. Now power system design and operation major concerns is quality of what is the amount of electricity power generated, the frequency, voltage, and its reliability, minimum failure and minimum probability of outages, security, how secure or robust system, how our voltage and frequency is within the limits. Now stability, this is our main concerns to study stability. Stability is the ability to maintain synchronism in the synchronous generators concerned with the load. Now fifth point is economy. Economy means the capital cost should be low for power system, operating cost should be low, maintenance cost should be low. In the power system stability, ability to maintain the synchronism. The synchronism is maintained by voltage V and del angle del. Actually, the angle del is between generated voltage and the terminal voltage. Now, these are the states of power system. Normally, voltage generated voltage is slightly greater than the terminal voltage. The generated why generated voltage is greater? Because there is a voltage drops in the synchronous machine itself, that is in the resistor and in the reactance of synchronous machine. Then there is a drop in the transmission lines. States of power system. States of power system: voltage and del angle, which is called as torque angle or load angle. We'll see detail in the next point. Some system states are the normal state, emergency state or restorative state. System is our power system, the normally working normal state. If there is any problem, then the fault occurring in the power system, we can call it the emergency state, and that emergency state is recovered by using some actions, control actions, then goes into the restorative state. After the restorative state, it again comes back to the normal state. In 1965, blackout in USA is the first time blackout in the power system, and after that the power system stability concern is highlighted. Now the previously there is a only 3-state model: the normal state, then emergency state, restorative state, and again come back to the normal state. Now we will see the 5-state model of the power system. There is a normal state. After normal state, if there is a slight fault or normal fault, then it goes into the alert system. Maybe there is a alarming system for alert. If we cannot take any controlling action, it goes to the emergency state. The emergency state, if there is a, again no there is a controlling action over that, then it may goes to the extremes, maybe any faults where if load cannot match to the generation, load is more than the generation, then maybe we need to do a load shedding in the extremes sentence to maintain the stability of our system. And the next state is a restorative state, and after restorative state come back to the normal state. In the normal alert state, if controlling action is performed, then system may be come back to the normal state after some alerts. If it is not taking any controlling action, goes to the emergency state. In the emergency state, if there is a taking some controlling action, maybe come back to the alert and alert to the normal. In some cases, for example, three-phase fault, normal state to the alert and alert to the directly extremes may goes if there is a sudden increase in the load and generation cannot maintain that load. PSOC unit number, dynamics of synchronous machines. Synchronous machines running at a synchronous speed. Synchronous speed for 50 Hz frequency, poles are always even numbers because it is a pair of poles. With the help of this formula, n is equal to 120 f upon p. N is a speed in rpm. For minimum number of two poles, the speed in rpm, for 50 Hz it is 3000 rpm, for 60 Hz it is 3600 rpm. It is the maximum speed with the minimum number of poles for synchronous machine. Normally we can call it as alternator or synchronous generator. In the synchronous generator, if we want more power, for more power, if voltage is increased, then current is decreases. For losses should be decreased. Now voltage, the increase of voltage depend on the insulation capacity. Possible up to 33 kV hold because the insulator is punctured above 33 kV in the armature winding. In India, we are generating almost every hour generating station at 11 kV voltage, and in some cases it is up to 21 kV voltage. Now this is a simple diagram of synchronous machine with per phase system. The generating voltage EPF with the load del, load angle del. There is a resistance R of synchronous machine, reactance X of synchronous machine, and RL is the load across the synchronous machine. The generated voltage is divided into the EF is a terminal voltage across the load. I have not shown here, but terminal voltage across this load RL. Then next, current, armature current into a resistance and armature current into reactance. This is a R. Now the apparent power S is equal to real power P J into Q. As there is a synchronous machine, excess is very larger than the resistance RS. Normally resistance is negligible. High resistance negligible, pure copper is we are using in that. So the resistance is negligible with the reactance. So ZS is R plus J XS, but ZS is equal to XS because we are neglecting the resistance. Now power is equal to 3 into EF Vt upon XS. This is a Vt into sine delta. Now for maximum power, delta angle is max up to 90 degree because sine 90 is 1 and the maximum power is generated. This is per phase model. That's why we are multiplying by 3 to the EF into VT divided by XS. Now the next, power P max angle del. Angle del start from 0 to up to maximum pi. Here is a 0. Now for P maximum, angle should be pi by 2. We have seen from the above equation. Now this is a graph of power versus load angle, or we can also call it as a torque angle. From 0 to pi by 2, the angle, we can see the hatching area, this is called as stable zone, and above pi by 2 to del, it is an unstable zone. In the power system stability, we want the power load angle is less than pi by 2, so the power system will be operated in the stable zone only. This is a power angle curve. We can call it as a power angle curve. Thank you for today's session. We will start from this point onwards in the next session.